Hello guys, welcome to your next video. First of all, I apologize because I've made the video and then it deleted and now I have to remake it. So it's kind of annoying, so I apologize for that for those of you. So what I want you to do is you're going to look at this piece of paper right here and you want to look at this side. You are going to cut around the entire outside and you will be okay doing that. You will not cut anything off on the other piece. So you'll cut off the bottom. It's just small strips. Cut off the side. It is small strips. The top is another small one, and then the other side. Okay, so cut those off. That way it just trims it up a little bit, makes it a little nice and neat. Then once you've trimmed up all four sides, like I said, you'll be perfectly fine. You won't cut anything off. You're going to fold down the middle between the definitions and the steps side. You're going to fold that over. And you're not going to fold it all the way over the box and whisker plot. You're going to leave the words box and whisker plot there. So that way you just barely see that line right there. So it should look like this. And then you will take your scissors and you will cut along those dotted lines. That way you are able to open them up without opening up anything else. Then once you have done that, you will flip it over, and the side that says this area is not used, back of notes, you will glue this entire piece of paper. And then what you're going to do is when you go to your notebook and you see the last page of frequency tables and histograms and you flip it over, you are going to glue it down so that it is on this side and you still have room to write over here like I have started. So glue it down, put today's dates, write the word steps, and then we will get started. I'm not going to rewrite this page down. I will just show it to you, and you guys can just pause the video as you need to make sure you're getting some stuff written down. This is going to be really difficult, I'm not going to lie. It is a very hard, confusing subject, especially in the beginning until you start working with examples and you do a lot of practice. Once you get a lot of practice in, it makes more sense, but until then, it's not going to make some sense. So hopefully, with the few examples we do, it'll make a little bit of sense, and then hopefully on Monday I can make it make a lot more sense for you guys. So, here are steps. Step 1 is to always put the numbers in order from least to greatest. That is the first thing that you must do every single time that you have a list of numbers. Put them in order from least to greatest. Once you have put them in order from least to greatest, then your next step is to find the minimum. This is the minimum. So we're going to open it up, and it says the minimum is the smallest number in a set of data. So I don't want you guys to write this part down. I'm just going to cross it off. You do not need to write number 1 down. It's just repetitive. You can just write 1 same, because that's our first step, is to order them from least to greatest. So step 1, order them from least to greatest. You can write same because you already wrote that. Your next step is to find the smallest number. That's all you have to do. Once you've ordered them, what's the smallest number? That's your minimum. So once again, pause and restart as necessary, okay guys? So then after you find the minimum, the next number you want to find the maximum. The maximum is the very last one on this purple piece of paper, so I got to slide my notebook so you guys can see it. It's right here. The maximum is the largest number in a set of data. So step 1, put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Step 2, find the largest number. Once you've ordered them from least to greatest, the largest number, that's your maximum. That's your biggest number. That's all you have to do for minimum and maximum, is just look at the numbers, What's the biggest? What's the smallest? I need to know those numbers. So those two should be fairly basic and simple. The next easiest one, which is step number 4, is to find the median. Okay, to find the median, try to move this a little, there we go. So to find the median, you know how to do it. We've solved it. We've done a project over it, we've done a quiz over it, we've done plenty of homework assignments on it. So the median is this middle one, because median obviously means the middle number in a data set. So step 1, the same. Order the numbers from least to greatest. Once they are ordered from least to greatest, step 2, you need to find the middle number. Now remember, if there are two middle numbers, you need to add them and divide by 2. So if my middle number is 7, my median is 7. If my middle numbers are 6 and 8, I need to add 6 plus 8, which gives me 14, and then I need to divide by 2, which gives me 7. So you have to follow those steps, and you guys all know how to do that because you've proven it to me. Just remember, we got to order from least to greatest. The next two that we have to find are definitely the hardest ones to find. They're the most time-consuming, but once you get the hang of it, they're not bad, but they definitely are tricky. So step 5 is you need to find the first quartile, which is this one right here, first quartile. Or we call it the lower quartile. It's the lower set of numbers, the smaller set of numbers. So in the first quartile, if we open this one up, it says it's the middle number between the smallest number and the median set of data. So what that means is, same, put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Step 2, you have to find your minimum and you have to find your median. You have to find those two first. You cannot find the quartile 1 without your minimum and your median. So once you find those two numbers, then you can find the middle number of the first half of numbers, which means it's directly between your minimum number and your median number. It is in the middle of those two numbers. And that'll make a little bit more sense when we get to an example, okay? So then, next number you need to find is you need to find the third quartile, which is this one down here. Or we call it the upper quartile because it is the upper set of numbers. So if I open that one up, it is the middle number between the median and the largest number of a data set, which means it is directly between the median and the maximum. So our steps for this are same, put your numbers in order from least to greatest. Step 2, find the median and the maximum. You have to find the median, you have to find the maximum first. Without finding those two numbers, you will not be able to find the third quartile. Then step 3, you find the middle number of the second half, which is the number that is directly between the maximum and the median. It is the number in the middle of the two. So those are the 5 numbers you have to find. Once you find those 5 numbers, your last and final step is to draw a box and whisker plot, which I will show you how to do. So hopefully you guys have been pausing this video and writing it down as need be. The examples are really the most important part, which is what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to flip or open my paper up because I want to make sure that I can see both pages at the exact same time. Okay, but I'm going to put mine off to the side because I need to read it. So up at the top, title it Box and Whisker Plots. Today's date is 9/20/2019, and here we go. Here's our first example. Here are numbers 95, 60, 85, 50, 73, 90, 70, 92, 55, 70, and 96. If we look at our steps, our first step is to put our numbers in order from least to greatest. That is the first thing we need to do, and it is the most important step. You have to make sure that if you don't do it properly, you're going to mess it up. You're going to mess up somewhere. So I need to find the smallest number. I see 60. Oh, there's a 50. oh, there's a 55, so I'm going to write 50, and I'm going to cross it off. I'm going to write comma 55, cross it off. Then I'm going to find numbers in my 60s. There's 160, and that's it. So I'm going to put comma 60. Now I'll look for numbers in my 70s. I have a 73, a 70, and a 70. So I'm going to write comma 70, cross it off, comma 70, cross it off, comma 73, cross it off. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to see an 85. That's my only one, so I'm going to write 85, cross it off. My last four numbers are in the 90s, so I just need to order them from least to greatest. So I'm going to write 90, cross it off. 92, cross it off. 95, cross it off. 96, cross it off. That is the most important step. If you mess up on that step, we will struggle, okay guys? But once you've done that, you can find your 5 numbers, which are your minimum, your quartile 1, or your Q1 for short, your median, your Q3, and your max. So minimum is the first number we find. Minimum is the smallest number. So when I look at this set of numbers, my smallest number is 50, which means my minimum is 50. The next number I needed to find was maximum. That is my largest number. My largest number is 96. Therefore, my max is 96. Those are the two easiest to find because all you have to do is look. The next number you have to find is your median. Okay? So when I do median, it's 1 in front, 1 in back. 1 in front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. So my median is 73, and I'm going to box that median in because it was my only number that was left. So I know for sure my median is 73. Once you have found your median, the median breaks up your set into what we call the lower set and what we call the upper set. So those are our two sets. That median breaks it up. Notice I'm not counting 73 because it's not a part of it. Okay? It goes directly in front of it because the median does not count. So now I need to find the middle number of the lower set for my quartile 1. So it's 1 in front, 1 in back, 1 in front, 1 in back, and I'm left with 60, which means 60 is my quartile 1. I do the exact same thing with my upper quartile. I don't count my median. I go to 85 and 96, and then I keep going until I'm left with 92 in the middle. So it's the middle of your lower set, the middle of your upper set is your Q1 and your Q3, your quartile 1, your quartile 3. Once you have done that, you can then draw a number line because we need to draw our box and whisker plot, which is our last step. So in order to draw a box and whisker plot, we draw a number line just like line plots. Okay, I want the smallest number first, so I'm going to start with 50, and I'm going to count by 5s. 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. I see that my largest number is 96, so I'm going to put a little tally mark right there for 96. And then I'm going to count 51, 52, 53, 54, but I'm not going to write those numbers in. I'm just going to put 4 tally marks in between each set of numbers, so that way they are there if I need them. And that's how your number line should look every single time. Might not be that small, okay, but it needs to look that way. Once you've drawn your number line out, you need to put these 5 numbers with dots, but instead of putting them on the number line, we're going to put them above the number line. So I see 50, Now I'm going to put a dot above 50. I see 60, a dot above 60. 73, well here's 70, 71, 72, 73. So above 73. Then I see 92, so I'm going to go 90, 91, 92. And then I see 96. And I have 5 dots in a row. I then have to draw lines to connect my dots, and it's very specific what you do. So the 3 middle dots, 1, 2, 3, you are going to take something straight edge. Notice I just have a piece of paper. You're going to draw a line going up and down. Middle dot, draw a line going up and down. Third dot, fourth dot line going up, down. So the 3 middle dots get lines going up and down, and then you are going to connect the 3 lines on top and on bottom. This is the box of your box and whisker plot. Now you have to draw the whiskers, which is just a straight line from the outside dot to the second dot and the last dot to the fourth dot. And those are what we call the whiskers. Okay? So that was a very quick overview of that. But we're going to do another example because, like I said, we need practice with this. So here's example 2. Here are numbers 61, 96, 100, 87, 82, 91, 96, and 86. First step, put them in order from least to greatest. So my smallest number I see is 61, cross it out. My next smallest number I see is 82, cross it out. Then I see an 86, cross it out. An 87, cross it out. A 91, cross it out. A 96, cross it out. 96, cross it out. And 100, cross it out. Once again, it is the most important step. If you cannot order your numbers from least to greatest, we will have issues. You will not understand and you will mess up, and I don't want that. So once you've ordered them from least to greatest, we can find our minimum, our quartile 1, our median, our quartile 3, and our maximum. Remember, minimum means the smallest number. The smallest number is 61, so our minimum is 61. Maximum means our largest number. Our largest number is 100, therefore our max is 100. Median is the middle number, so front, back, front, back, front, back. I'm left with 2. So that is where I need to add my 87 plus my 91. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 9 is 17. And I need to take 178, divide it by 2. 2 goes into 17 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. 17 minus 16 is 1. Bring down the 8. 2 goes into 18. 9 times. 9 times 2 is 18. And 18 minus 18 is 0, which means my median is 89. Hopefully we all remember how to do that. The tricky part with the median is now I don't have a median to box in like we did our first one because it's in the middle. So I still want to kind of box it in, so I'm going to put a box right here. That's my median. It's right in between there. So that means that 61 to 87, that's my lower set. And 91 to 100, that's my upper set. And I need to find the quartile, the medians of the lower set and the median of the upper set. So front, back, I'm left with 2. So once again, I need to add 82 plus 86. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. I need to take 168 and I need to divide it by 2. 2 goes into 16 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 minus 16 is 0. Bring down the 8. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 minus 8 is 0. Which means my median of the lower set is 84. Which means my quartile 1 is 84. Hopefully we all remember how to do that median part. Last thing, I need to find the median of the third set. So it's 1 in front, 1 in back. This time, my two middle numbers are 96 and 96. If they are the exact same number, I do not have to do this. My quartile 3 is 96. It's automatically. They are the same, it is automatically that 96. I do not need to do the math. It's the same. So those are my 5 numbers. So what I want you guys to do for homework is with those 5 numbers, you are going to draw me a number line. And you are going to draw the box and whisker plot. So this part, guys, that's what I need you to do for homework. Take these 5 numbers, do your number line, and draw the box and whisker plot like we did up here down below. That is part of your homework. The last part I want you to do for homework is you guys are actually going to try one of these on your own. And we will fix it in class. Remember, it is okay to get it wrong. There is nothing wrong with that. So here's the numbers I'm going to give you. Example 3, 23, 19, 20, 22, 26, 17, and 15. I want to know what confusions you have. So I need you to try this on your own without parent help and just see, what do I get, what do I not get? Because that's what I want to know, and I want to know what things I need to more clearly state to you when we are in our small groups together. There's a few other things we have to take notes on, but those are more things that we will do in class together and not through the video. So do example 3, finish example 2, with just drawing the box and whisker plot. That's what I need you to get done over the weekend. Don't forget you need to get Alex done, things like that. So, good luck. I look forward to seeing you next day I see you. So have a great rest of your night, guys. Bye-bye.